Hello, everyone, and welcome to my nighttime podcast, All Things Girly, where I share all of my little secrets, tips, and all of my things during my dating journey. If this video is up, it means that I just bit the bullet and I just decided to go ahead and upload it. And if it's not up, then well, I just didn't put it up. So in today's video, I'll be sharing with you 6 major red flags if you are the new girl on the block, the new girl to his roster. These are things to look out for. So this is not a situation where you are the girlfriend, like you are the main girl or anything like that. This is where you are the hidden one, the one who, just is just somebody he added to his gathering, and you have no idea about the main girlfriend or other girls who may be involved. So this is my personal experiences. So pronouns would be him and her in this situation. So you can take this and apply it to any aspect of your life, because I generally think this is basically how it goes in whatever relationship you are in. You may come across somebody in your life who is just everything on paper that you would have wanted. You may think that this person is just everything, but deep down inside of you, you know something is wrong, but you just don't know what it is. That is your intuition, and literally 100% of the time it is true and something is going on, but you just don't know what it is. I did not know that the person I was currently seeing and was hanging out with and doing all of those things with, I did not know that they had like 2 other girls, and I was like the new girl, or just one of the girls that he picked up to add to his roster of girls that he had. So one of the first major red flags is that he does not go out into any major public spaces or just in public in general, and he always has an excuse. So this person may take you out to literally like the hole in the wall bars, like little places that nobody would really be in, because it's a place where they can hide, where their main girlfriend or girlfriends would not necessarily find them in. You may feel like if you're actually going out with him, but you're not. He's basically hiding you. And if you ask him to go to any like friends gatherings or anything for the holidays, especially the holidays, he always has an excuse. If he wanted to see you, if he wanted to go out with you, take you to dinner and really like date you and court you, he would. But the reason why he is not doing any of those things is because he has someone else. And that is, to me, like the biggest red flag. The lack and aversion to public spaces or meeting your friends and family and stuff like that. The next biggest red flag, I feel like, is that he knows so much of your life, which I feel like if it's part of his game, like he kind of gets you to talk about your friends, your family, your mom, your sister, your brother, like everybody, like he knows. And in turn, all of your friends, your family, your brother, sister, everybody, they know about him. Now, in the reverse situation, like on the other side, on his side, ask yourself, like, does any of his family know about you? Does anybody, like co-workers or anything, know about you? Or is it just, and this is the biggest drum roll, is it just his friends who know about you? So in my little experience, only like his friends knew about me. His family didn't know about me. His co-workers didn't know about me. Literally nobody knew about me. And at the time, it didn't feel off to me because I really didn't realize what was happening and that he was basically known to everybody on my side. And I basically was like, no, well, I go out with his friends all the time. Like we go out, we have drinks, we play pool, like we do all of those things, not realizing at the time that it was only this handful of friends who knew about me. And why? Was that okay? Let me tell you guys a not so secret. His friends know about his roster of girls. His friends know about his main girlfriend. His friends know about all the other girls involved, and they are simply not going to tell you. They're literally going to look at you there, be with this person and have like interactions with this person. You are literally there thinking like, oh my goodness, like his friends know about me. This is a good night. This is a good moment. Like everything is going good. And they're literally looking at you and laughing. Like, let me just say, they're literally looking at you and laughing. Because the thing is, if you put yourself, like, and I hate to say it, but it's true. Like, if one of my best friends was cheating, literally ask yourself, like, are you going to betray the trust of your best friend? Like, are you going to sell them out? Are you going to tell anybody involved? Are you going to tell the new guy? Are you going to tell her boyfriend? Like, you really are not going to say anything. Like, you are going to keep that secret to your grave. And The same thing works for guys. Like, bro code is freaking real, and they do not have your back. And the faster you recognize and realize if you are only in a circle of his friends and nobody else in his life knows about you, red freaking flag. It is a huge, huge flag. You, my friend, you are a hidden secret that nobody knows about. Ask yourself that question, and that is a freaking major red flag that you need to be on the alert for. So my third red flag is a kind of obvious one, and that is his lack of posting anything on social media or wanting you to post anything on social media. So I understand more than anybody else the issue with social media, which is why I feel like if I get myself into these really weird situations because I don't like posting anything, I don't like going out, I kind of just like hiding, and like that has really bitten me in my a lot of times. And honestly, when somebody has an issue of you doing a simple post that has a piece of them but not their whole identifiable self, and that is an issue, or if they have an issue of with you even saying like the guy you were seeing made mistakes or very specific things that he looks back and he recognizes as you, like you're talking about him, and then he tells you that he does not feel comfortable about that, that is a red flag. You know why, my friends? Because he has somebody else who can easily recognize key words that you are saying. Key words about where you are, how he looks, what he does, what sport he might play, what his profession might be, what he might cook one night. Those are key words, and those things are literally real. In your mind, you might think it's just so improbable that somebody is going to recognize, but my friends listening out here, it is extremely, extremely freaking probable that these things happen, and it does. And that is what happened to me. Like, I literally posted the fewest details in life, and the person who was one of the, I can't even believe I have to say, one of the girlfriends recognized that I was using specific keywords and had the inkling that this person was seeing me as well. So I feel like if that lack of posting on social media, or just being uneasy if your phone is around, if he just blatantly says like he's not comfortable with it and really does not have like a solid excuse, that is a red flag that you definitely need to be like waving around, because it's not normal. The social media thing is not normal. Somebody should not have a problem with you posting maybe like piece of their outfit or the watch that they're wearing or even their hand. Like, that should not even be something so big to make an issue about. So hashtag red flag. Now, this one is a different kind of red flag, but it has to do with projection. So what is projection? Basically, it is the process where you displace your feelings, or where someone displaces their feelings and transfers it onto somebody else. So a very, very simple example, and I have some receipts again, is where somebody might constantly say no boys, and they might say it a lot, and you might think it's funny, but when you look back on it, why do they keep saying no boys? Like, no going out with boys. They may make comments like, I hope you're not talking to somebody else. Like, I hope you're not seeing somebody else. Like, oh yeah, like you're doing this, you're doing XYZ. And they really don't have a good reason to be doing that, except in the case of projecting their own BS and transferring it to you in this like really ridiculous game that they play. Why do people project? It is often because they have like a difficult trait or something in themselves that they absolutely despise, and they just cannot seem to come to terms with it or accept it, so they basically project it onto somebody else. So in my situation, it was that comment constantly being made. Why? Because he was with other girls all the time. So looking back on it, it was such a big sign that those things really are not jokes at all. Like, it literally is real statements that are directed to you because they have this insecurity that they cannot acknowledge and they cannot overcome. This has a lot to do with preserving their self-esteem, or like having their ego and keeping it in check, or just whatever sick reason they do it for. And I would say that this might be a red flag that might kind of be really hard to pick up. But if you really stop for a second and realize that these little comments are very weird, almost a defense mechanism, I feel like, if it is, that is another red flag that you need to be on the lookout for if you are just the new one added to the bunch of everybody else on the roster. This one is similar, but it's not quite the same because it's not where he's transferring his personal feelings and insecurities from himself to you, but it's where he makes these really weird, very out of timing comments and jokes. And a big one for me, for instance, was something where this person said, well, goodbye, I'm going to make another call. Or I have a date with someone else. Or just any of those weird jokes that really aren't jokes. Like, they literally have some kind of truth to it, but you might think it's funny in the moment. It's not. It's literally not funny. That is basically a situation where he is potentially setting you up to gaslight you. He's telling you all of these jokes, and then when you react, he's gonna make comments like, oh my god, like this was a joke, you're so crazy, like you're taking it to the next level, just really weird statements like that. And if you ever have a situation in a case of the projection issue, which I mentioned, or a case where somebody is making these really inappropriate jokes and you don't feel well, like it just does not sit with you, listen to that feeling, because chances are this person is not making a joke, and you know, they will gaslight you somewhere down the line and be like, well, I told you that, but you thought it was a joke. Ha 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 ha. No, you need to listen to those situations, you need to listen to those comments, the off-sided everything, because that is how you kind of get a gist. And that is another big red flag, which I feel like might not be able to be easily identifiable as the first 3 red flags that I mentioned. But it definitely is a telltale sign that something is not right, and a normal person, like a normal functioning individual who is not like a narcissist or sociopath or psychopath or any of those things, they don't make those kinds of jokes. Like, I literally could never sit and look at somebody and be like, yeah, well, okay, well, when we finish talk, I'm gonna go sleep with someone else. Like, that is fucking normal. Like, it's absolutely not normal at all, and that is something that you need to pay attention to, because like I said, it is like a sneaky red flag that is just going to creep up on you, and you're probably going to realize it in hindsight. And there's absolutely no reason that a normal functioning person as well will be doing things intentionally to seek a reaction out of somebody else. Like, it is actually not normal. Like, in no part of that it is normal. The last red flag, which is the actual biggest red flag, is his inability to commit. That is like a huge red flag to me, because the only times you have that real inability to commit with the other 5 red flags that I mentioned is because there is someone else. And it's because he actually cannot fully commit to you, nor will he ever be able to commit to you, because he has a girlfriend, a main girl. And it just sucks in this life that I actually have to say things like main girls, because I have literally been woke. I am woke now to the fact that there is a hierarchy of girls. There is a main girl, and then there are the girlfriends, and then there's a new girl, and like all of these BS things, which is just so unfortunate and so sucky for all of us single gals who are just navigating this icky dating world. It is what it is, though. It is what it freaking is. So this is where he makes really strange excuses about things where it's like, well, you know, my situation, like he might come up with something really odd, maybe his living situation or his job, and he will use that as an excuse to be like, well, you understand my situation, so, you know, like, I just need some more time. I just need a little bit more to figure things out. Like, you know what's going on, so this is why I can't, you know, exclusively commit to you. He can't do it because there are other girls involved. Literally, that's why he can't commit to you. So I'm not saying that this is the case with everybody who has like other issues about commitment. This is in a situation where there are other like at least three major red flags, and then the inability to commit. So these are things based on my personal experience as being hashtag the new girl on the block in his roster of girls, which is so sick. Like, I literally could vomit saying that, but it is, like I said, what it is. It is what it is. If you ticked off 3 or 4 out of these 6 red flags, I can literally guarantee you, I can probably assure you that I am 97% sure that he has a girlfriend or other girls that he is sleeping around with. And that is why he has all of these really ridiculous shitty excuses as to why he can't be with you, why you can't post him, why you can't have him around your friends and your family, why he makes excuses about everything, why he projects, why he makes really disgusting jokes. It's because my cat is literally meowing outside because I locked the door because they were doing the most. But anyway, that is why all of these things are happening. And it really is up to you to kind of look at the red flags that I mentioned in this very unique situation and kind of figure it out and kind of see what might pertain to you. And like I said, deep down, you know, like your intuition is screaming at you in some kind of way. So I hope that having these like 6 examples of major red flags kind of helps you. If you're lost, if you're unsure of what is going on, I really do hope that it kind of helps you know what is up. Because don't be like me. Don't be like me and then find out randomly and literally feel to vomit everywhere because you knew something was wrong deep down, but you just didn't know what it was and you chose to believe in the best. And there's nothing wrong with giving someone the benefit of the doubt. There's nothing wrong with trying to believe in the best of somebody. That says so much about your character, and it really does not have anything to do with you. You are not the person to blame in a situation like this. It all has to do with that narcissistic sociopath person or whatever little boy games they want to play just to sleep around with as many girls as they can, and they fail to realize that the real flex is having that one woman in their life, the ride or die, who will stand by them all throughout life, who will be loyal and do all those things. They don't want that. They literally are going to be old as and die alone and miserable and unhappy without ever experiencing what a real and genuine connection and relationship is. And you are way better than that, and you are above all of that. So I hope that this video was really enlightening to you. I really hope that it gave you some little signs to look out for so you would not be blindsided, because being blindsided is literally the worst thing that can happen to anybody, and I do not wish it upon anyone. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you want to see more nighttime podcasts like these. I know this video is super weird, but it is on the podcast section of my channel, so I hope that you enjoyed it. Thumbs it up if you did, and if you want to see more videos like these, and I will see you, hopefully if this is up and we make it a thing, I'll see you in my next one. Bye. Mwah.